Hi, soulmates, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. So in our previous tutorial, we did the pattern drafting for this top and we made a few changes to ours. So in this tutorial, we're going to sew the style. So if this is what you're interested in, let's get started right away. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. So this is the pattern that we drafted in our previous tutorial. So you can see the pleats that we made. Okay, so the pleats that I made was 1.5 inches, I think 1 inch, 1.5 inch diameter. So what we had before the pleats, from the waist point to the underbust point that we cut out as pleats, was 11 inches. So I've just made little notches at those points to indicate my where I'm going to pleat my dress to, and what I have is 11 inches. So we're going to pleat this back to fit into the 11 inches. So this is how you're going to pleat it until it gets to 11 inches. Okay, so you hold it like this and then just pleat as you go. Okay, and then as you go, you take your measurement and then just go ahead. So as you can see here, I have done that, guys, and I have done the same thing for the shoulder. Remember, we also added a slit at the shoulder point. So I've also stitched down that part. So when I took the measurement again, okay, you're going to take it again and just check what you have there, your shoulder measurement, and what I have is 16 inches, and that's my shoulder measurement. Okay, so like I said here, we're pleating this part to fall back to the 11 inches that we had before we made the pleat. So we're going to join this part now. Remember, this is the part that we cut open, so we're going to join it to this waist point here. Okay, so this part is going to be open. You're not going to join all the way down. Okay, we're going to join it to the waist part. That's where you're going to stop. I've already made small notches there, or you can measure down from this point. You measure up to get your waist point, or from the top part you can measure down, and then you can see I'm just going to notch this side as well and then join it together, and that is where I'm going to stop my stitch. Okay, so that is what we're going to do. So you can go ahead to pin it down or just hold it together and then stitch down as you go until you get to the end, like so. So as you can see here, I have stitched it down. This is what it looks like. You can see the opening. Okay, so by the time we turn with our bias, with your bias or with your facing, it will just open up by itself. So this is what we have, as you can see. So the next thing we're going to do now is to turn this neck point, and how we're going to do that is to use a facing for it. We're going to use a facing because it's going to open up like this. So I went ahead to cut this facing piece off camera, and this is what I have. So you're going to place it together like this, use your pins, hold it together, and then you're going to stitch down this line. Can you see that? You're going to stitch down this point, and then at this point here as well, you're going to stitch down like this, down to this point, and then back up again to this point. So let's go do that, and I'm going to come back and show you. So as you can see here, I've stitched it down. As you can see, I did not close up the shoulder line totally. So I'm just going to make little notches at this point like this, and cut off any excess. Just make little notches. Make sure you don't cut your stitch line. And then I'm going to turn it. Okay, we're going to turn it. As you can see, just go ahead and turn, and then use your iron to press it down. As you can see, you can even go ahead to top stitch if you like, and then this is what we are going to have. So this is the back part. Okay guys, if you're using a stretchy fabric, I don't think that there will be any need for you to add a zipper. Okay, you don't need to add a zipper if you're using a very stretchy fabric, but I just decided to add the zipper at the back. So as you can see, I cut out little facing pieces for the back, and I'm just placing them like I'm going to run a straight stitch across the points. I'm going to run a straight stitch across this point by quarter of an inch or by half inch, depends on what you want. So just do that and come back. So as you can see here, I have stitched all the parts down. Okay, so after, now I'm going to give it a good press. So that is what you're going to do afterwards. Okay, and you can hold it in place like this, and then just stitch this together so that the facing just stays. You can stitch it just a little bit for the facing, so it will just hold the facing down at that point and it doesn't shift. So I'm going to fix this invisible zipper that I have, okay, and this is, I'm going to fix it. So like I said, you can decide not to add a zipper. If you're using a stretchy fabric, it's going to come out absolutely perfect. If you're using a spandex or a lycra, you don't have to use a zipper at the back. You just cut just the normal one and then go ahead with that. So this is what we have, and I'm going to fix it. Okay, so before I wanted to fix this one so I could open it up, but I decided I was going to go with an invisible zipper. As you can see, I wanted it to be able to open up at the back, but I decided to go with an invisible zipper. So as you can see, I fixed the invisible zipper here. You can see now you're seeing this bulge is because, guys, I used the stretchier part of the fabric at the wrong side, like I placed it the wrong way. So please make sure that when you're cutting your fabric, the more stretchy side faces like your body circumference. Okay, so that's it. So next we're just going to turn it like this and just go from here. So you can see, just turn it like this, and we're going to join the shoulders together. Okay, so just turn it like this. You hold one side, the inside straight, and the middle point, hold it together, hold all the edges together properly. You can decide to pin it down as you arrange them. Okay, so I'm just going to use my pin to just hold it in place. So you take one shoulder, you fix it on the inside, open up the other shoulder, you put it inside, and then right at the middle and stitch down. So this is what I have after I have stitched it down. You can see, so you see the inside as well, then the other side stitched it down as well. So this is what I have. So next we're going to join the sides by 1 inch allowance. The 1 inch allowance, any amount of allowance you added while you were drafting your pattern, that is what you're going to stitch down. So as you can see here, I've stitched it down. So the next thing that we're going to do now is to fix our sleeve. I'm going to fix my sleeve, and I already have this piece here, so I'm just going to fix it. And it's a very short sleeve. I was just trying to work with what was left of the fabric that I had. So I'm just going to hold the middle part like this, already notched. I'm going to hold it to the mid part of the shoulder tip there, and I'm going to pin it down. Okay, you pin it all the way around and stitch down by 1/2 of an inch. And after you stitch down like this, you can go ahead to hem all of the corners, and after you do that, that's it. So this is the top. As you can see, you can style it with whatever you want, and that's how it is. So thank you so much for stopping by, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.